To be away from, even temporarily, the grind and the suffering of everyday life. To experience the pleasure of the senses and to see beauty. This is the floating world. And this exhibition, I think it's a peek into the desires of ordinary people in Edo or Tokyo now. And it is about delight in the moment. And do we not seek that in our own lives?
The floating world is the world of urban pleasure districts, feasting, partying, banqueting, and sex. During that time, that was ruled by the military aristocracy, the daimyo, the regional warlords. They built mansions in the city, they brought many of their attendants with them, thousands of household servants. So there was a very vibrant urban culture. Kabuki actors, beautiful women and courtesans became stars of the floating world. They were often trendsetters, portrayed in paintings and advertised through the medium of woodblock prints. I think it's comparable to our celebrity culture and closely related to modern advertising. And one of the things that really attracts people to Ukiyo-e floating world pictures is the very rhythmical designs, the graphic quality, the wonderfully balanced asymmetrical compositions, the exquisite detail. Often it's this intense focus on beauty, creating beautiful images that will live on in the world.
So I'm gonna need some volunteers. Oh, hello.
Oh, I think she was flashing some. Want to come up and play, pretty girl? Come on.
I'm originally from Tokyo.
Let's give her a little more encouragement. Come on.
And I see a parallel between Edo of old and San Francisco of 2015.
What are you willing to do if you can't be seen?
Both with a booming new economy and the new moneyed class seeking life, leisure, entertainment. And then there's the denizens of the shadow world. And so a parallel. You know, back to the Barbary Coast and the days of Howl and the North Beach liveliness. It's edge of earth in the east and edge of earth in the west. It is our own floating world.
Are you floating in this world right now?
The centerpiece of the exhibition is this grand 58-foot long hand scroll, scenes of the Yoshiwara, one very famous pleasure district. The Yoshiwara was like a city within a city. Officially, samurai were not allowed to enter. So when they came to the court, they came in disguise, big straw hats. The side streets were lined with brothels where women sat in lattice showrooms and men could come and examine them through these openings. Then you enter the ageyacho to a series of parties for a very wealthy patron. Chefs preparing sashimi for a feast, people are drinking together, watching a dancer perform, and then the culminating scenes are men in bed with courtesans.
Documenting it in such a way, it seems like there's a lot less shade. Even though this is meant to portray beauty and happiness, I see that restriction and social inequality kind of coming through.
It is definitely hard to keep that message in mind that this is sex trafficking.
The exhibition does try to point out the disparity between the actual lives of these women and their portrayal in art. Many of the prostitutes were country girls purchased from their families, bound to contracts usually lasting about 10 years. So artists played into the promotion of the Yoshiwara by presenting women in an idealized way.
Yes, this is a fantasy reflection. And if you were to examine every entertainment culture, whether it is in the time of Shakespeare, in Roman times, and whether it is Hollywood today, there is struggle underneath it. We can't deny that.